Greetings, everybody. This is the Starving Martian, and today we're looking at the fifth and final issue of Dinosaurs Attack, the comic book miniseries by IDW. Launched initially by Eclipse Comics back in the 90s, but we've gone through every single issue. This is the final one. This is the wrap-up of the Dinosaurs Attack saga. And it's been quite a ride. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it as much as I have. Let's get down to this final issue and see how our story ends. When we left off in issue number 4, Dr. Elias Thorne has a plan to get rid of all the dinosaurs, to recalibrate the Prometheus station, the time scan unit, and hit the Earth with another blast from time scan. Unfortunately, his ex-wife Helen has had to reconsider whether or not she fully trusts him. Is he in full control of his own mind? Did he cause the incident in the first place? Will his rescanning of the Earth make things better or worse? Can the Earth be saved only if she kills him? And so we're going to find out what happens. We're also going to take a look at the Earth itself and see how it's coping with its new prehistoric inhabitants. All this and more in our final issue. So here's the full cover of issue number 5, showcasing these dinosaurs in all their gruesome glory. And I'd say these covers have all been very nicely done, nicely painted, well detailed, as has most of the artwork as a whole. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty. When we last left off, our newspaper, or not newspaper, but reporter friend, Mr. Goen, had stayed behind to cover the rampaging dinosaurs, and when one of them started rampaging in his building. So we see this big iguana kind of looking critter crawling around, slurping people up. And he gives him the axe. Hey, look, this reporter's a hack. Anyway. Sorry, that was a bad joke. So this guy here tries to survive by chucking everything he can into the hungry dinosaur's mouth, but soon runs out of things to throw in. Guy here splits for the hills, but then comes charging back in with perhaps the oddest weapon to use against a dinosaur, a extremely bright lamp. Dinosaurs hate bright lamps, little known fact. If you blind them, they go mad and throw themselves out of the nearest convenient window. It's true. Meanwhile, on the Prometheus, Helen is ready to make the kill. Yeah, how many people want to murder their exes, right? So she confronts him with the gun, says, "Sorry, pal, it's you or the world." And he actually has some doubts, too. Could it have been him? Is it possible? Can I be this monstrosity? They both see the eyes on the screen, the horrible visage appearing, but they think it might be a projection of him. But she can't do it. She loves him. She trusts him. She lets go of the gun. He takes her in his arms. And cut back to Earth before things get too mushy. We see some children being rescued by this brave army type. "Hey, kids. Just follow me, and you'll survive. Unless I get eaten." I keep telling people, keep watching the skies. How many times? So this girl in the baseball cap makes an actual catch. Saves this kid. But the pterodactyls bringing away their brave protector. And something else is lurking around the corner. And I love the design of this dinosaur. I don't know if this is an actual dinosaur design or not. I mean, nobody knows what dinosaurs really look like. They could all look like this for all I know. But it's a good design. I like the fringes, like the little nose horn. So they grab his discarded bazooka. This actually would have been a good time for a Bazooka Joe reference. I like the way his tail just casually knocks apart his telephone lines. Alright guys, you got one shot, don't blow it. And kaboom! With a nice gory thump. And you see the dinosaur's ribs being blown out the other side of him. Very nice, and then the blood oozing down into the next panel. Well done. This picture looks almost religious. This looks like a little Christ child in blue jeans. So, high fives all around. We did it! And that's probably the highlight of their young lives. They will never surpass that moment. Once you blow up a dinosaur with a bazooka, nothing else matters. So, back on the Prometheus, the plans get underway. The time scan is being recalibrated. They're ready to go. But they're being monitored again. She still has time to change her mind if this is actually part of Dr. Elias Thorne's persona breaking through. This is her last opportunity, her last chance to destroy him. She reaches for the gun, but he takes it first. Maybe he thinks he is going mad. Maybe this has all been in his mind. Maybe if he eliminates himself, the world will be saved. But no, he knows himself too well, and he's come to understand this creature, this thing, and he declares, "There's not one microparticle of you in me, you malignant, bloodshot, God-forsaken." And he never gets to finish the sentence, because evil dinosaur demigods do not like to be insulted. It's true fact. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I really, really wish that this panel had been done in the painting style. I mean, the comic book style is fine too. It's good artwork. I'm not complaining. But I really would have liked to see this guy here in the more traditional card style that you see throughout these books. Either way, he's brought into the dark dino demon dimension. And again, in the cards, this guy was red. I'm not sure why they stuck with green, but either way, it works. It's got them spider eyes going there. And Dr. Thorne is pushed past the brink of sanity, realizing that all his life he's denied the existence of God, only to be confronted by a deity in these final moments. So he tells his ever-loving Helen to push the switch to activate the time scan to send these dinosaurs back from whence they came. But if she does that, he'll be trapped. He'll be destroyed. But he declares that he's dead already. Do it, you must. And so the fateful button is pushed. The Earth is time scanned once again, but this time the calibration's been reversed. And so the dinosaurs are pulled quite violently back into their own time streams. Yeah, the process of returning the dinosaurs is not nearly as gentle on them as the process of getting them here in the first place. And so their innards go before their outwards. Their skeletal system beats their skins. Their organs take a hike. And they're all swept up into this reverse time stream, this anti-time stream, all the world over. Bits and pieces of dinosaur hurtling through history as the space station Prometheus prepares itself to explode. This latest burst of energy has been too much. Systems are overloading. Kaboom goes the main viewer, leaving Elias trapped eternally with his tormentor. who's taken up smoking, apparently. I mean, when you live in hell, you're always smoking, right? I guess. And as he finally succumbs to death by hellfire, he has a vision of his beloved brother welcoming him into the afterlife, and he was able to pass away in peace. I see what they were going for there. And, from a storytelling angle, it's not bad. I do prefer the original trading card ending, which just has him, like, being all melty face and going, Helen, I'll love you always. And you don't even know in there if he dies or if he's just, like, trapped in dino hell forever. But in this, he seems to have a chance to reunite in the afterlife, where it apparently snows. And the space station crumbles as Helen makes it to the final escape pod, hurls herself in, and blasts off just in the nick of time. And then my pages get stuck together, as happens. There we go. So she returns triumphantly to Earth. It's a nice shot. Where she dwells on the irony that the whole point and purpose of TimeScan was to determine the fate of the dinosaurs. What was it that killed them? And now they finally know. They did. Which, from a paleontologist's point of view, is probably impossible. I don't think all the dinosaurs featured in this story were from the same time era. But be that as it may, we end on this shot of her leaving the spaceship, the giant footprint of the dinosaur in the soil, showing that even though the dinosaurs are gone, they've left their mark. Humanity will have to rebuild, reestablish itself, but at least we're here to do so, whereas our dino buddies are not. So, that was Dinosaurs Attack. So, what do I think of the series as a whole? It is fantastic. I'm serious, you guys gotta get your hands on a copy. It's available in individual issues, all published by IDW. Issue 1 was published by Eclipse, but it was reprinted later by IDW. You can buy them in individual issues. You can pick it up in trade paperback. That's probably actually the cheapest way to go about it, especially if your local comic store doesn't have these. I happen to find these in my local comic store, so I got lucky. But if your local comic store doesn't have them by the individual issues, then yes, by all means, pick up the trade paperback if you like. We have one more Dinosaurs Attack video to cover. I'm going to probably do that in a day or two, just showing off some bonus art, some exclusive cards, and other things behind the scenes that I didn't have time to cover going through the issues themselves. And then next week we will return to Mars Attacks with a very special trading card subset that I think you'll all enjoy. But until then, this has been the Starving Martian. We will catch up with you next time, and please, I've been saying it, for God's sake, keep watching the skies.